Who's responsible when violating employment laws? Is it the temp agency or the company they sent you to work for? It's a good question. Companies who outsource to temp agencies do so, in part, to evade labor laws. When a dispute gets to litigation, the temp agencies tries to clean their hands and says that they're not the employers. The other company says they're not our employees, they work for the temp agency. When they share responsibilities, which most do, they're likely equally responsible if they're violating labor laws, especially if both are aware of it or the circumstances. I recently tried a case in California Superior Court after our client, Danielle Lee, was fired from the Malibu Beach Inn because she was hospitalized for a couple days to sickle cell anemia. A couple days after she went to the hospital for a week-long stay, Malibu Beach Inn asked the temp agency to cut ties with Danielle and find a new candidate. The temp agency, called Rockstar Staffing, said sure. Then they lied to Miss Lee about why she was being terminated. It's illegal to terminate someone just because they go to the hospital. Employers have to provide employees reasonable accommodations. Missing a week of work due to an illness, a car accident, and even a hospitalization is permitted. You do not lose your job for that in California or Massachusetts. Your employer needs to provide you a reasonable accommodation. If you file a lawsuit, the temp agency or their partners are both going to claim that the other is the employer and they themselves are immune from liability. We beat the temp agency and Malibu Beach Inn's legal efforts by providing the court with evidence of the dual employment. After trial, the Court of Appeals upheld the verdict against Rockstar Staffing, the temp agency. We dug into the relationship and showed how they both shared responsibility towards our client. Each case is different. The more you press, the more evidence you'll get and likely find to help your clients. Just because a temp agency and their partners say they're not responsible, it's not what the law says. And yes, temp agencies and their partners can both be considered employers under the law, especially when they violate those laws.